This is Rusty Albertson. I am the Communications Director here at St. Mark the Evangelist Catholic Church. I'm here with my great friend Donna Kern. Donna, how are you?
I am great. How are you?
Great. Donna has a couple of hats that she wears. She's going to tell us a little bit about her position here at St. Mark and a little bit about herself.
Thank you, and thanks for inviting me. This is a real pleasure. As Rusty said, I'm Donna Kern. I am married to Chuck Kern, and for those who may not know, I'm actually a convert to the Catholic Church. I converted about 20 years ago, but my husband actually is the son of one of the founding fathers of the church, and we're going to be looking at celebrating 75 years next year. And that's exciting, but it's also, as being chair of the capital campaign, it's some big shoes to fill. And I've actually thought many times about those founding families over the past year or so that we've been involved in the campaign and in the struggles, the hurdles, and everything that they had to go through to establish this church. So that's a little bit about me. In addition to that, I have 3 daughters. All of them went through and graduated from St. Mark, went on to Roncalli. 2 of them are married, and one of them, I'm proud to say, is a surgeon up at Ball Memorial.
Awesome. And a granddaughter goes here.
Oh, I have a granddaughter. Yes, thank you. I have a granddaughter who's an 8th grader currently, Isabella, and I have 4 other grandkids that hopefully will, if not going through St. Mark, they'll be going through the Catholic school because they're still toddlers.
And I want to get this in before I forget it. You wouldn't say this yourself, but you and your husband, your family have been so generous with your time and talent and treasure here at St. Mark. I still remember my first or second year here, I was on one of the last chirp groups that went through here. And your husband provided the meal from Vala Vista and did his testimony.
His testimony, yeah, his witness.
Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah.
I still almost word for word can remember what he said. Very moving, and he said it with such passion and such a blessing to have you guys here.
And it's been a blessing to us, too, to be back within the church. Just a quick summary. My husband, cradle Catholic, left the church during the late 60s, early 70s when he was up at Notre Dame. We got married, started a family, but I drug him back into the Catholic Church. And I'll tell you what, he came back just wholeheartedly. Obviously, it was Christ-led, but he's been a changed person since he came back into the church, and we are just so blessed from everything that the Catholic Church, and specifically St. Mark, has provided for our family. We're very, truly blessed.
The companionship, the camaraderie, the teamwork that you two have, it's something that younger couples, again, can kind of use that as a role model. It's always neat to see you guys work together, not only at Vala Vista and here, but different events. And you're both co-chairman of the Capital Campaign.
We are co-chairman. Yeah, we're co-chairman.
It's not quite 50-50.
But behind, what is that saying? Behind every man, there's
a really strong woman.
There's a strong woman who's doing really all of the work. Something like that. No, we are co-chairmen. Yeah, and to that, last January, when Father asked us to chair the campaign, it was a very humbling request. This is something that we don't have the experience. This is not where we thought we would be led, but we were led to say yes, and it's been a blessing, truly a blessing.
In a parish our size, I know that the endeavor that we are taking on, and we started with, it started out, I think, at 3.2 million, and then shortly after, during the COVID years and shortages and everything, it grew to 5.1 or 5.2?
Well, it grew to 4.3. Then we had another stretch goal of 4.75, and that was at the end of what we called the active or the live campaign. And then after that, it grew to over 5 million.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And right now, our pledges are near at that?
Yes, they are in excess of 5 million.
And if someone is new to the parish, since we ended I guess the capital campaign continues, but since we ended the initial stretch, or maybe they didn't get a chance the first time to do, who should they see? How should they contact if they want to pledge some for the capital campaign?
So that's a very good question. anybody, the campaign continues, even though the active part of the campaign is over, the campaign will continue on and is always open for anybody to continue initiating a pledge or increasing their pledge. So who they should contact is the easiest place to contact is just Allison at the Parish Center, and if you can post her
Absolutely.
phone
It's
number
right there.
and email. It's right there,
Right,
thank you.
yeah.
Yeah, that would be the easiest place to start, and we can get you all set up.
In the same way, if they want to know what their balance is, if they want to make a change in how they pay, if they want to add more to their pledge, wouldn't that be awesome? Allison is the one to see.
I would start with Allison. That's the best place to start, yeah. And we encourage everybody to review their pledges from time to time.
Absolutely, yeah. So one of the main reasons why we started this, and I've been here 14 years, I know you guys have been here longer than that, but you've seen the growth of not only our school but our parish and the need for space. That basically, I call it a facility growth campaign, because that's what we're trying to grow our facilities. Tell us a little bit about some of the needs, some of the things that we will have, and then maybe some of the things that will open up once the building is complete.
So Rusty, before I answer your question, if you don't mind, I really want to take the opportunity, because I don't have many opportunities to thank everybody who's contributed to the campaign. And I really think that's important to acknowledge not only the volunteers who are behind the scenes that made this campaign possible, but also the parishioners, the friends, the school families, everybody who has pledged, because it is only through the generosity of everybody that we've been able to do and create this additional space, which has been much needed over the years. And I just truly want to thank everybody. It's been a real blessing. But my number one thanks has to go to our Lord Jesus Christ, because
Absolutely.
Without him, we wouldn't be sitting here. This campaign would not be as successful as it's been so far. So I think it's very important to acknowledge that first.
Absolutely.
But to answer your question, space. For about 5 or so years, I can't remember, it was actually under Father Todd. He asked me if I would take on the responsibility of scheduling the facilities, the campus, if you will. Even though we're a small parish, we are very, very active. And so we found out that there was a real necessity to make sure that we had our space scheduled properly and we didn't have any double bookings. And as we started doing this, we found out, and we've known for some time, that we have limited space available. There's just so many activities that are going on. So this new space will open up and replace some of the much needed space, but it's going to take time and patience on everybody. And so we're looking at, once the new space, the new construction is done, and we're able to move some of the school activities that take place currently in Schaefer Hall over there, that will open up Schaefer Hall to a whole new type of meeting space that we're actually actively currently reviewing and going through the process of just determining what the needs are and how to revitalize that space.
Yeah. And also it's going to open up space downstairs where the cafeteria was.
Cafeteria.
For other meeting spaces. It's just, it's amazing, you know, like you spoke about the need for space 5-6 years ago, and probably our school has almost doubled size since 5 years ago.
Yes.
And our parish size, I'm just amazed. I continue to see new families each week coming in, a lot with younger children, but some with middle age, and some, as you know, we're a very diverse parish. And I think it's something that as we look back 2 years ago, you know, a lot of people questioned whether we should do this during the COVID years. I pushed for it very hard, and I know that you were a proponent of it as well. I know Father Tim's had a couple headaches since we started this, but having said that, when you build a house and your family grows, you have to add on to your house. And I think that you're right. I think we're sitting here in what a beautiful church we're sitting in here in God's house, and all those are an extension of that. They're basically other rooms. There'll be a living room now, as like Ron Colley calls their gym. There'll be a living room over in the parish center, and a kitchen, and different offices. And I just look forward to. I was just coming back from a construction meeting. I got fortunate to attend. Father asked me to come and kind of see what's going on. They're really struggling, like a lot of construction people are, with getting materials. Concrete is in very short demand. The actual ingredients for concrete are in short demand.
Correct.
So they're doing some innovative things. One example is by laying some blocks and going ahead and starting to put the building up. Structurally, it's just as sound. It'll put us a little bit time-wise ahead. So they're still looking at somewhere between a July and August completion date. And I told you that earlier. You're like smiles on your face.
I was surprised because I was looking at if we hit August, I was going to be excited.
Sure.
And to your point, it's all of the delays that we've had. We had an enormous delay just to be able to secure the permits that were needed in order to start the construction.
Yeah.
And I know that put us probably a good 8 weeks behind our planned schedule. So every little hurdle that we come to, I have full faith that we'll cross it.
Yeah.
And this will come to fruition next year. But boy, wouldn't that be great if it happens before summer, or happens during summer before school starts?
Absolutely.
I mean, that would just be phenomenal.
Well, it's been an exciting time around here. It depends on, I guess, a church goes through different seasons, but to build and to be a church and a school who for years has been considered, I've heard us tell Little St. Mark, and I kind of cringe a little bit, but we're probably one of the largest schools in the South Deanery, and I'd say that one of the fastest growing parishes right now. Father Tim, we don't talk about him enough, and I know he kids about himself, but is truly a great leader for our parish and our school, a great homilist, a great knowledge of the faith. But again, he's just such a good person. He's somebody that you can go have lunch with and have a nice cold beverage with, or he can come and sit and talk to you when your relatives are needing that. And I think we're blessed to have him. We're
very blessed. You mentioned the growth of the parish. One of the responsibilities that I also take care of is the new registrations. Right. And we continue, and even during COVID, as you mentioned that earlier, we continued to register new parishioners during that time. We were averaging over 50, and during the COVID years, it dropped down to somewhere around 40, but that speaks volumes to our parish, to the friendliness of our parish, which we hear about so often from new parishioners who step into the door, that they're greeted in such a friendly manner. The diversity, that's one thing that's very unique to St. Mark, and has been since '09 when the big diversity of our parish started, and it's been a real blessing to see the integrations of the different cultures. And just to look around. I know when I attend Mass, one of the things that for years now is so humbling to me is when I'm on my knees after taking the Eucharist, I look around and I see all the different colors of faces and nationalities, and it truly is the body of Christ. And to your point about Father Tim, he has definitely been a phenomenal magnet, if you will, to drawing the young and the old, and especially the ties that he has to the South Side.
Absolutely.
But the other piece of Mass is to hear I call it the choir of the babies, the new babies as they're in Mass with their parents, and they're
always in tune
crying.
too.
Oh, they are. They are. You know, one starts and then another one. But to me, that is really the soul, the health, the growth. That speaks volumes again to what's going on here in the parish.
As a principal, I used to call that job security when I heard all those phrases crying. So, but we're very blessed. Well, Donna Kern, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It has been a pleasure. I could talk with you all day.
Thank you.
One of my favorite people here at St. Mark is Donna Kern, because she brings such an energy to everything you do.
Oh, thank you so much.
And I know that behind that energy is a lot of hard work and a lot of sweat equity that you've put in. And we look forward to the next, whatever that is, 6-7 months to get this completed and keep going.
That'll be exciting times. And let me just also say one other thing. If you haven't had the opportunity, just go to the gate out here where the new construction is taking place. The footers have been poured and the pictures there of the new build. Just stand at the gate and you can see the entrance, the layout of the entrance to the new construction. It's really quite Awesome. It's so exciting, just so exciting.
It's
Thank
like
you so much.
It's like a new house, and you built a house,
Yeah.
and I'm in the process.
Yeah.
It's like seeing a new house being
Yeah.
built. Very good. Well,
Thank
listen,
you.
we hope everybody has a good week. We appreciate all the comments and the emails we get on our candle series. It's nice that you're watching these. We'll be back shortly with another visitor, so have a great week. Peace, everybody.
Thank you.